Forechecking Feast has taken a dramatic twist today. PA and Charch with you at FM 100.3 KFAN in the Bryan Heating and Cooling Studios. Brett Blakemore is guiding the Great Ship Bluff Covenant, where about 20 minutes ago, Michael Russo is the first place we saw it, preeminent hockey beat writer with The Athletic and theathletic.com. We saw, I don't know if he broke it. We couldn't care less who broke it. It's the first place we saw it. The Minnesota Wild have fired coach Bruce Boudreau, according to Russo this morning at TRIA by general manager Bill Guerin. Dean Evason, it will be named the interim coach. So when they play San Jose tomorrow, weird situation tomorrow where they play the San Jose Sharks at 4 p.m. They, I believe, they have a big celebration planned for Zach Parisi's 1,000th game, which was last Friday at Dallas.
Okay.
But now there will be a pall or a certain pall over the arena, I would imagine.
Yeah.
With the firing of Bruce Boudreau, Evason, the interim, he will be coaching on the bench that game. And we have a guest joining us now. It's elite hockey mind, Pat Micheletti. Russo Radio, by the way, 15 minutes from now. Michael Russo, who busted loose with this Boudreau story, joins us about 10:35. But time to tap on that fan hockey stable, and a man who knows more about it than us is Pat Micheletti. Pat, PA in Charch, good morning.
Good morning, fellas. How are you?
Pretty well. Now, we're not going to guide what you're going to say, obviously.
Yep.
We tap on you because you watch all the games. You are plugged into how the game works, specifically like a 2-goal lead blown last night. They lose in a shootout, and just the temperature and the climate of Minnesota Wild hockey. So with all of that known, I frame it up like this, then Paulie Wally can do his thing. Why do you think this took place now with Bruce Boudreau getting fired this morning?
Well, I'm going to, listen, I talked to obviously a lot of people, and I had heard some rumblings, through these people. Now, it may have been their own opinion. It may have been, factual information from them that maybe something was going to go down a week and a half ago. And that kind of stuff you brush off and you don't say anything because you don't know if it's true. So something may have been building. Maybe the GM didn't like the direction the team was going or the attitude or whatever the case may be. But that being said, you're up 3-1 last night and you blow a 2-goal lead in a game that is so important to this organization. That extra point is so huge. And I intently listened to Bruce's press conference after the game. And you know what? That's not on the coach. That is not on anybody on the staff. That's on the players. They know the situation. They know what's going on. And to give up a 2-goal lead like that is it's unacceptable. But you know what? You can't fire 20 players. You fire the head coach.
Yeah, do you think Bill Guerin wants to really get his own guy in? And that's, you see this in all sports, Pat, where if if a general manager comes in and he didn't pick his own coach, by the time you're a general manager, you are connected to all of these coaches, guys that you played with, guys that you've had on staff. And so oftentimes when a GM comes in and you don't have a high level of success with the coach, GM wants his own guy. And I think that ends up creating a situation where you better win at a high level or there's going to be a change.
Well, there's no question about that. But what kind of surprises me about the move is that the move is coming from within. Mm-hmm. Typically, I don't know if the 20 guys dressing tomorrow are going to have an excitement level because of something new. They're getting something that's been there.
Yeah.
So I don't know what message changes from Bruce to Dean, now that Dean's taking over. I don't know if that's going to bring, oh, wow, thank God, Bruce is gone. We have Dean now. Let's go and do it.
Yeah, right. Right.
I don't know. It wouldn't, as a player, as a former player, I don't know how much that would excite me, especially at the timing of the move. Okay, so if we recall, what was it a couple years ago when Mike Yeo was fired? Okay, they brought a new guy in, and they started playing well again because it was fresh, it was new, it was a different voice, and so we'll see how this plays out. But a little surprised at the move.
Yeah, I didn't sense that there was frustration with the team on a lot of levels, but I didn't sense that there was a fan base that was mandating a change. And that the typical fan wanted to see Bruce go, and they wanted to see him go now. I didn't sense that. No player would have said it anyway, but I don't know that the players would have advocated for this change. And I don't get the feeling that the team's got a better chance of finding its way into the playoffs now with Dean Evison as interim head coach than they would have with Bruce Boudreau. Do you?
Charge, I agree with you 100%, and I'll tell you why. Where's this team been all year? They've been a 12th place team. Mm-hmm. There's signs of a lot of positive things happening. The emergence of Kevin Fiala and play. We can talk about players left and right. But in reality, you kind of are who you are. And you could bring Scotty Bowman in. You could bring the late Herb Brooks in. You could bring in, Victor Tikhonov for that matter. You are who you are, and I don't. You're right. I don't see much of a change really happening. Because Bruce is gone, I don't think the message is going to be that much different.
Bruce Boudreau, coach of the Minnesota Wild, according to multiple reports, the one we saw here first was Michael Russo from The Athletic and TheAthletic.com, fired at TRIA, the practice facility for the Wild this morning, by Minnesota Wild general manager Bill Guerin. Dean Evison, who's been on the bench for several years with Bruce, he'll be the interim when they play tomorrow against the San Jose Sharks at 4:00. Wild dropped a shootout last night to the New York Rangers, and they blew a 2-goal lead in the third period. They got a point out of it, so the Wild is 3 points from a playoff spot right now. And, I'm working this right now, Pat, just trying to get an inside angle on something maybe even you don't know. So I'm just awaiting response. So I'm going to fly by faith on this take because, okay, they blew a 2-goal lead late last night and they need every point. But they got a point. They're 3 points out of the postseason. They had done quite well of late. The Dallas win, very impressive. And Kevin Fiala, quite honestly, is playing as well, if not better, than anybody ever thought he would play. And I believe Boudreau and the staff had something to do with the improvement of Fiala and Donato, who scored last night, and Luke Cunnin to a certain extent. Shoot, Greenway scored last night, man. So right. I'm guessing. Now, I'm guessing, and I don't like to guess and I don't like to speculate. But I do believe something transpired following the game last night that led to this. And I don't know if it's a salty veteran on the team. I don't know if it's Boudreau having a conversation with somebody after the game about A, B, C, D, and E, but this feels like something boiled over last evening that led to this morning.
I will let you try to figure that out because I don't want to speculate. I do not know. It very well could have. I think it's a little bit longer. And maybe it got to a point where something, it built up enough to where it allowed Bill to make a decision or whatever the case may be. I don't know that. Bruce is as we all know, is a hell of a guy and is a hell of a coach and has accomplished a lot more than many coaches will ever do in the National Hockey League. So, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But the general manager thought, this was the best thing to do, and we'll just have to see how it works out.